Alright guys, so I'm going to be telling you my opinion on what I think is going to be happening in Season 6 of Fortnite. So let's get straight into this. So as we all know, we've got the Cube, and we've got the Rift, and we've got the Enforcers. They are mainly the main three things that are the most important and I guess interesting. So basically, we know what the Rift, nope, not the Rift, we know what the Cube has been doing. So the Cube is going around the map and it's been placing these domes of like zero gravity, or so we think it's zero gravity. It could be something else, it might have something to do with the Enforcers, I don't know. But basically, it's been going around that, and we think, what we know is it's going to go to Loot Lake. So it's recently passed through Tilted Towers, and it destroyed something that was quite unusual, or quite strange, we didn't expect, because recently there has been a new shop or new building that has been built in Tilted Towers, and then a couple days later the Cube comes along and rips half of it off. It's just been built and it's just been ripped half off, and the Cube hasn't gone through yet. We don't know where it's going to go. Is it going to rip the rest of Tilted up, or is it going to follow the road, or is it just going to destroy whatever happened in its path? But I feel like that's something that doesn't make sense, just to destroy that shop that's just been open, and then just to destroy it completely. Now, I think personally that Tilted Towers is going to get chased, as well as Loot Lake. I think Tilted Towers there's something going to be happening, because it doesn't make sense just to destroy the cube, just to destroy this new building to get the cube through. Sorry. Now it could have just went around, but it went through there. I reckon this has got something to do with Tilted Towers, and for ages people have been thinking that Tilted Towers is going to get destroyed or something like that. So that's my theory on that. I personally think there's just more to it, or I could be looking into it too much. I could be thinking it's just a building that's got destroyed, but I can't imagine it being rebuilt for the third time. I mean, it just doesn't make much sense for it to be destroyed. Okay, so I know that, alright? That's what I think. And so basically, going on to Loot Lake itself, there are two main theories. One of them is that the Enforcers, they come from a different planet, they've come here, and they can only survive in the domes. And basically, the water from Loot Lake is going to get drained, and the energy is going to go into the domes, therefore making the domes bigger, possibly twice the size, we don't know, and draining Loot Lake, and that's going to be one of the ways that Loot Lake's going to go. And the second reason, second theory, is that Loot Lake is going to be turned into this massive other lake or volcano or something like that. And also, it's not really a theory, I'd say this one's more of a, I don't know how to say it. I guess it is a theory, but there's not really much around it. Because at the start of Season 5, if you went over Loot Lake, you could sort of see an outline of something. Now, it looked like a pyramid. I personally thought when I saw it, went over it, I thought it was just a texture glitch that day. But then I jumped in a game with my friend, and he pointed out as well. So I was like, well, what is it? Is there something that's going to come out? Is it going to be like a pyramid? I'd be down for like an Egyptian sort of style zone. That'd be well cool. But then again, it's gone now, so it could have just been a texture glitch. It's completely gone now. If you go there now, you can't find it. And then two, we've also got a massive desert zone, and I don't really see the point of adding another desert zone when quite a lot of people, including myself, really want to see a snow zone. Now I think that this season there's going to be either a snow zone in the Viking area or Wailing Woods, because Wailing Woods is, no one goes there, and I would love for that place to be a snow zone. We need a snow zone somewhere in Fortnite. Now moving on to the Rifts. So what do I think of the Rifts? I personally think the Rifts, they're going to go. Eventually, I reckon in Season 6 we're going to have the Rifts for a couple weeks or something. Until all of the whole Cube and, once the Cube is gone, it's the Cube and the Dome. Until they're all gone, I reckon the Rifts are going to remain until all of that is gone. Because I personally don't want them to remove the Rifts. I love the Rifts. Since they implemented it, just speeds up gameplay, and they just come in handy so much. And now what I thought was, or a lot of people thought, was that the Rift to Go was just going to be sort of a replacement for the Rifts when they take them out. But although it is handy, it comes in a legendary form, an epic form, sorry, which is very rare, and takes up an inventory slot. So it's not actually that useful and doesn't really compare to the Rifts that you find in these areas. So I personally don't think that they're going to remove them straight away, or they might just make them slowly take them away. I think they should add some sort of fast-paced thing, or just not remove them at all, because from having all these rifts and then to taking them all out to having nothing, it's gonna really slow down the pace. And for one, I don't like the idea of them moving out, but it's gonna happen. So I think they need to find some sort of a way to speed up the game pace. Because I mean, it's already slow enough, the Fortnite. You know, if you land somewhere populated, that's all the action you sort of get. You know, it's very populated at the start, a lot of action. Then your mid-game's quite walking around trying to get to the zone, not much, just looting a bit. You know, you might get the odd, well, you do get the odd gunfight or two. And then end game, obviously, you know, that's the strategy part, I guess, if you want to say. That's the part where you got to be focused. You can't just go running and gunning people like you do for the start of the game. So I think and then when the rift's coming, it's still sort of the same. You could say it's still sort of the same, but I think it speeds up the pace so much, because you can go on these rifts, you can sort of UAV if you want. You can locate someone, fly back down, fly into another rift and get straight to them. Whereas before, you'd have to walk around to find someone, and it's just not as hard. It's harder, and it's just more boring, really. It doesn't speed up the pace. We don't get that action that we all want. So now moving on to things that are gonna get removed, or that I want to get removed, and things that I want to get added. So I personally think there are roughly 5 places in particular that I think are going to get revamped or destroyed or something. One of them, Wailing Woods, underrated place. I mean, not underrated. No one goes there. No one lands there. It's boring. There's one bit. It's just a whole forest. And that would look so cool if that was a snow zone. Like, take the Viking place and just whack that just like the edge of the map, sort of, in that corner. And just turn it into a snow zone. That would be so cool. And also Lucky Landings. Now, Lucky Landings, I never land Lucky Landings unless I have to do with a challenge or something. I never ever land it otherwise. I like the idea of it. It's a cool place. It just doesn't appeal to me, and it's on the edge of the map. So you don't want to be landing on the edge of the map, really. It's just out. It's out of the way. You know, no one really wants to land there. It's not the best place to land. And moving on into that sort of area, to the left side of it, you've got Flush Factory. Now, Flush Factory, I used to land there all the time. I used to get so much good luck landing there. And then as I sort of got better and that, I got more, like, competitive, if you will, I just never land there anymore. And it's become one of those spots that is a bit dead, the same as Lucky Landings. And that sort of area of the map, I'd say, that sort of left, the left sort of right of that sort of bit is sort of quite dead. There's nothing really there. So I personally think that needs to get revamped and changed a lot, because I don't know what they would have there. Maybe a snow zone. I'm all for that snow zone. I'll take anywhere to be a snow zone. Honestly, this idea of having snow in this map to be a snowing area is just so cool. Also, you've got Shifty Shaft. Now, Shifty Shafts, it was different. It was sort of the first place that you got sort of underground areas, but also that just sort of piles in with that sort of area of just under sort of rated, I guess these areas are. They're not really rated that much. They're sort of just left. No one really goes there. I mean, obviously, if the bus goes straight over it, then people do go over there. But honestly, those 3 places, and even Greasy Grove, I guess. I mean, Greasy Grove is getting less popular, but it's just sort of area, the sort of left bottom and the left right area sort of need to be. I suppose not the left right area, but the Wailing Woods area needs to get revamped, as well as the bottom left corner. They need to get revamped. Also, I think that, obviously, I'm just sort of picking around the edges of the map, because I think that Junk Junction and Haunted Hills, no one lands there. You never ever land there, let's be real. Only time you'd land there is for challenges, or if you drop off there straight in the bus. Now, I think they're cool ideas, not maybe Junk Junction. I guess we sort of got a Junk Junction in the desert zone. The Haunted Hills idea, I really like that idea. It's sort of, I think it should be sort of left, like, I don't really see the need of it. Maybe it should have been like a Halloween theme or something, because then that would make it a lot more popular, and people would land there, and perhaps maybe move it so it's a bit more central. Because obviously people land. Obviously, when there's new places, people land there. Like Tomato Town, no one landed there. As soon as they changed it to Tomato Temple, loads of people land there. You know. So if they changed to Haunted Hills, now I really think it'd be cool if they had a castle, maybe where Haunted Hills was, or Junk Junction, or on the mountain there, have some sort of castle somewhere on the map. I think that'd be really cool have sort of like this medieval style, because we've already got like some medieval characters. I think we've got 4. We've got 2 rare ones from Season 3, and we got Black Knight from Season 3, and then we got the Red Knight from Season... Actually, no, that is from Season 3, just that's not from the Season Pass. So I personally think a castle would be a real cool idea. And also, we have the Castle Clash spray paint, which could also be a hint to there being a castle. It could be very possible. Like, there's the spray paint for the wrestler, and then we got the wrestler skin. So it could be possible that maybe some of the emotes and spray paints we got, there could be leaks, and they could be pointing to having some of the things like the castle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what your opinions are. Do you agree with mine? Do you not? Have you got your own opinions? But personally, this is what I think and what I want to happen in Season 6. So, if you enjoyed this video, then drop a like and subscribe, because after all, you get a free cracker. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.